Elon Musk is back in the headlines because of the Twitter deal that seemingly is about to go through. He's currently in a court battle with Twitter to try and get out of the deal, but the court battle is not going too well for him, and it seems like he's going to be forced to buy the company, go through the original deal. The court battle is going through Delaware, a super pro business kind of area and court. So usually whenever somebody signs a contract and makes a deal, in this like Delaware system, they are held to that and have to go through the contract and what they originally said they were going to do. So with that type of precedent, it's not shocking that Twitter stock is starting to shoot up as this court date starts to come near. And now we see that Elon Musk is probably going to end up buying the company. And we can see right here, Musk and Twitter could reach a deal to end the court battle and close the buyout soon. So this is already a very pricey kind of legal battle for Elon. I think it cost him like $100 million on lawyers that he's spending. And right here, Elon Musk and Twitter may reach an agreement to end their litigation in coming days, clearing the way for the world's richest person to close the $44 billion deal for the social media firm. And it's looking like he's going to buy it for $54.20 per share, like he originally said. And the only reason this is a massive problem, valuation wise, is because Elon Musk made this buyout decision and this deal when the market was really good, things were moving, Tesla was high, everyone was making money, and now the market's collapsed, no one's making money, no one's having fun anymore, and it's not fun to make the 54.20. So the meme offer, the 420 meme offer, and pay billions of dollars more just for a meme on a valuation on a company that probably doesn't value the way that it should. So that's the big problem that Elon Musk is facing here. And to Twitter's point, why should they care? They don't care if he made a meme and costed him more billions and billions of more dollars. He offered them the money and they took it, and they ended up having to take it. But he wanted to meme around, he wanted to joke around and spend more money, and that has nothing to do with Twitter. Twitter doesn't have any say in what Elon Musk was doing when he was making his offer. And right here it says the parties have not filed a stipulation to stay in this action, nor has any party moved for a stay. Therefore, continue to press on forward to our trial set to begin on October 17th, 2022. So pretty close here. October 17th is when all this trial stuff will go. If a lot of people were saying Musk said that, the Twitter deal's back on, everything's good, to try and get Twitter to back out of the deal originally, or back out of the court case, so that there wasn't this October 17th deadline for a trial, and he could kind of reset everything and start over from scratch and give himself more time. But Twitter's not doing that. They're saying, great, it's great that you say the deal's back on, you're all good to pay it. We're still going through with the court date, so he's either going to have to sign the deal and get all the financing and pay for the deal before the 17th, or go to trial over all of this, which I don't think he really wants to do. And some of the worries for Tesla stockholders is Tesla's obviously affected from this. It's what Elon is using as collateral. He's selling some and using it as collateral, his Tesla stock. And you can see Tesla ended down 3.5% on Wednesday. Investors worry that Musk may have to sell more shares in the car maker to fund the Twitter deal, and that Twitter could be a distraction for the entrepreneur. That is a very, very good case, and something to worry about is that how thin can Elon spread himself? He's already has Tesla, the Boring Company, SpaceX, Neuralink, all those companies. He's running all these companies. And then you add on Twitter on top of that. How many companies can he run at a time? How many can he run efficiently? Is it a good thing? Like, is everything that's going on going to negatively affect the biggest company, which is Tesla? Overall, I think Elon Musk is like an amazing marketer. He can promise things and get people excited and hyped up about things that might not be happening for a long, long time. He's done it with the full self-driving stuff from Tesla. It seems like every single year, full self-driving is coming next year. And he's been doing that for multiple years now. So he always kind of has this big project that people are excited about, saying that it's coming, we're working on this, it's going to launch soon. And it doesn't really launch soon, but no one is, no one dislikes Elon. The majority of people don't hate Elon. So they kind of let that slide and just stick the hype side. But if he's spread too thin and starts to ignore Tesla and ignore these other companies that people might be invested in, Tesla's the only public one, How bad could it end for investors who were in tests? And this is what Elon tweeted a little bit after, the Twitter deal was said to be back on. He was excited about it, doing all this stuff again, saying buying Twitter is an accelerant to creating X, the everything app. So apparently, I don't know what X is. I don't think he's really talked about it. I know he had like X.com that was originally PayPal, that he didn't actually start, doing anything. They just moved to PayPal. So I guess he still has X.com or X. I don't know, what his big idea is for an everything app. It's everything apps are big in China and something like that, where they were allowed to start before competition started. WeChat is a everything app, and everything app in China. But it was allowed to kind of start that way. And right now in like the US, creating an everything app would be almost impossible because of all the competition there is, and how the competitors aren't going to allow someone to create an everything app. They're just going to make their own services much better, or the deals much better, or make them free, or attract people in some sort of way to use their service, where this everything app can't really dominate. But we'll see what Elon kind of has in store, what this X app could be. Who knows? But like we said, he's a great marketer, and this X app might be a decade away. And at that point, is it even possible to have an everything app? Who really knows? But he also responded to someone saying, I think it would have been easier to just start X from scratch. He said Twitter probably accelerates X by 3 to 5 years, but I could be wrong. And then people talking more down here, like, what does X exactly do? Payments, buying, selling, general economic infrastructure. And the way people are talking down here is kind of funny, because this is being built out already, and it's not being an everything app. It's just kind of an everything layer. And it has to do with Bitcoin and the Lightning Network, where people talk about, everything is on one device, one finger swipe away. People talk about Cash App and Venmo and PayPal and those types of things. But imagine all of them can interact together. So you could pick, if you wanted to use Cash App, you could send money from Cash App to PayPal, and you could do that. Right now, you have to send from PayPal to PayPal or Cash App to Cash App. But with Lightning, which a lot of services are starting to play around with and trying to get into, I know Cash App has Lightning, but if PayPal enabled Lightning, and you wouldn't even need to know you're interacting with Bitcoin, you could send dollars from Cash App to PayPal and not ever know you're interacting with Bitcoin, but you could send money that way. So this everything app type thing, I think, is already happening. It's the Lightning Network, and it's starting with the finance apps of sending money. But we're going to look into Elon's text messages because of this trial and discovery. So a lot of kind of people were texting him, telling him to do the Twitter deal and wanting to get in on the Twitter deal, or just like hyping him up or something. So a couple of the people that did text him, one of them being Jack Dorsey. I don't know if this is a text or to a tweet, but he talks about how a new platform is needed. Can't be a company. This is why I left Twitter. He's talking about, he thinks that Twitter should be a protocol, not a company. And then like no one really has control over it. It'd be the protocol, and that's why he left. Elon responds, okay, says what should it look like, and then he's believed in an open source protocol funded by a foundation of sorts that doesn't own the protocol, only advances it. It'd be a little weird, because how do you have a company, or if you have Twitter, and Twitter is a open source protocol, could be open source and still be a company, but if it's a protocol funded by a foundation, how are people really going to keep moving it forward? I mean, maybe you could do that, but the incentives seem a little off there and a little hard to kind of get by. Another person that was texting, I know Sam Bankman-Fried, there were text messages between him and Elon, not a lot, but someone who is close to Sam Bankman, I guess, was texting Elon, talking about the Twitter deal and getting funding for it, saying that he has, his collaborator is Sam Bankman-Fried. And Elon says, does he have huge amounts of money? Which is kind of funny. How do you to start that off? And then depends how you define huge. He's worth 24 bill. And then he said, I asked about how much he could, in principle, contribute. He said 1 to 3 billion would be easy. Imagine saying getting your hands on $1 to $3 billion would be easy. 3 to 8 billion he could do. 8 to 15 billion is possible, will require some financing. So kind of going through text, getting the deal down for this Twitter deal, getting some money down. in going through this. It's the response here is just, I imagine a world where you can just say, yeah, I could get $1 billion pretty easy. It's no problem. Then here we can see Sam Bankman-Fried said he's willing to put up as much as $5 billion. So $5 billion finance for Musk's deal. Probably still hoping to get that money because the deal is going to be forced through. One other thing too, we had Joe Rogan too saying, "You're going to liberate Twitter from the censorship happy mob." Elon saying, "I'll provide advice," which they may or may not choose to follow. That was before he offered the bid, when he just put the 10% stake, I think it was, and he got the board offer. But that's kind of funny. Just Joe Rogan talking to Elon Musk. And then lastly, this interaction between Larry Ellison, which I think is a Tesla board member and co-founder of Oracle. This whole interaction is just, it's kind of weird. You can see Elon texted this guy saying, "Any interest in participating in the Twitter deal?" Ellison says, "Yes, of course." Roughly what dollar size? Not holding you anything, but the deal is oversubscribed, so I have to reduce or kick out some participants. Ellison says, "$1 billion or whatever you recommend." And Musk says, "Whatever works for you. I'd recommend maybe $2 billion or more. This is very high potential. I'd rather view than anybody else." And Ellison saying, "I agree, has huge potential, and it would be a lot of fun." It's just kind of, it seems like maybe there's not a bunch of financing there, because if he really wants Ellison and says, "I want you to be part of the team," it wouldn't really matter if he puts $1 billion or $2 billion. If you want him on the team, you can get him on the team. But it seems like Musk is just trying to go out here and say, it's just so popular. Everybody wants in. But you want in, right? Just give me $2 billion and you get in, and I won't have to kick you out. But it's just, this whole interaction kind of says, like, maybe there's not a bunch of people interested in actually putting money behind Elon and acquiring Twitter, as much as people who are willing to say that he should acquire Twitter. So all in all, Elon Musk probably going to be forced to buy Twitter at this point. It's looking more and more likely. The market says that, with the share price being right around where the offer to buy Twitter is. So we'll see how it all plays out. I think, obviously Elon, if he gets it, is going to take it private, make some changes. We'll see if Twitter lasts, if Twitter collapses, if it causes problems with Tesla. It's going to be a big thing to kind of follow, and to see if Elon Musk can actually make Twitter an enjoyable place to be on the internet. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, I'm going to smash the like button and subscribe on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And see you guys in my next